August 31st, 2020. 63 days until November 3rd. 63 days until the re-election of Donald J. Trump as President of the United States. Stock market mania, stock market insanity. Nobody has jobs. Unemployment benefits have rolled off at the federal level. Tesla does a 5-for-1 stock split. Rallies. 76% since they announced August 11th. That's how much. The equivalent would be $2,490. After the split, it's $498. They are more valuable than all the other car companies put together. Apple did a 4-for-1 stock split. $129 today. Pre-split would be $516. 36% increase. A $2 trillion company. Ridiculous. No earnings to support either one of these companies. Both great products. They make good stuff. But these numbers are insane. The Federal Reserve is forcing all of the money into the stock market. They've kept interest rates artificially low for over a decade. Financial crisis, emergency measures. Nope. Manipulation of an entire economy. The rich get richer. The wealth gap gets wider and wider. People are throwing money into gold, and that is being suppressed as well in the paper market. The physical is exploding. Other countries have to sell their gold in order to get dollars because the dollar is the reserve currency. Gold and silver, platinum, all of the metals are going to be exploding. The silver miners, the gold miners, exploding. This isn't a financial channel. We're just explaining what we see in the market. Judge Emmet Sullivan, that corrupt, leftist, Democrat-appointed federal judge, is continuing to persecute Michael Flynn, a war hero. He's doing this because everybody in the Obama world knows that he knows the intelligence system, the DNI, the DIA. They know how corrupt it is, all the dark money that just disappears. Flynn called out Obama for his Iran strategy, sending pallets of cash. That's why Obama did the deep state coup. He knew that Michael Flynn had to be kept out of the loop because as soon as he got in there, Trump would be aware of the coup. Trump would know that his wires really were tapped. He would know how deep this stuff went. They had to do everything they could, and they got very lucky that Sessions was such a patsy. They know that they need to keep Flynn in limbo. They need to keep this lawfare going. They need to keep Flynn in limbo so that he can't get in there and help Trump before the election. They are panicking. They are rats scurrying, worse than they did in 2016. When they realized that Hillary Clinton was terrible and that she was not going to win, when they suspected that Trump was going to win, they had to set up that insurance policy, that Lovers with the paramour, Peter Strzok with that smirk, smile, stroke, and Lisa Page, married to other people, cheaters, despicable human beings at every level. They had the insurance policy. This is the insurance policy that we pay for. The United States citizens pay for it. Very grateful to Sidney Powell, Michael Flynn's new attorney. Before Michael Flynn had the White Shoe legal firm, that Eric Holder, that corrupt former attorney general under Obama, Obama's wingman, same law firm. Flynn thought he needed to go to them to get people that were inside the system. All they did was milk him dry. And then when he ran out of money, they told him, well, you're out of money. You might as well cop a plea to protect your son from getting persecuted the same way they just did it to you. So he signed it because he's a hero. He's a courageous man. He was willing to take the bullet for his son, even though his son didn't do anything wrong either. And now here we are. Sidney Powell comes in. Again, she knows how the system works. She saw how dirty all of those investigators and lawyers were during the Enron scandal. We need to be really happy and really grateful that Trump is the Energizer Bunny, that he refuses to take a single punch without throwing 5 or 10 back. Trump is still the underdog. He's the challenger, even though he's been in office. He's been in the position, but he has not been allowed to be the full president. From impeachment to the leaked phone calls, at every turn, the appellate courts, the 9th District, they all have come at him as if he wasn't the duly elected president. President Trump had a press conference today, and the leftist Pravda media peppers him with questions, keeps talking over him, asks him a question about the shooting in Portland where one of his supporters was gunned down. And this moron female reporter has the gall to compare some supporters defending themselves with paintball guns versus the gentleman that was killed for being a Trump supporter. dead. A real bullet killed him. And they were more outraged by a paintball. President Trump is the boss, stands up for Kyle Rittenhouse when he's asked about the paintball, when he's asked about his supporter being shot, when he's asked about what's going on in Kenosha. He just plainly says it was self-defense. They were going to kill him. Case closed. Next question. The coverage between President Trump and sleepy Joe Biden. The man clearly has dementia, had a stroke, has had his mental capacity clearly diminished in a rapid succession. Month after month, you can see how fast he has diminished capacity. He looks weak. In the press conference today, and it's a press conference that didn't take any questions, he gave a lecture, reading from a teleprompter, and at the same time, he looked mean. He looked frustrated. It appears that he was grasping to keep his thoughts together and that he would get frustrated with himself, but it looks like that typical angry old man with the low testosterone, the blank stare, the robotic movements, unsure of where he is after he finishes a word. Come on, man. The stock market is due for a huge crash. These numbers don't make any sense. The economy is at a standstill. Businesses are closing. Bankruptcies in the retail specifically are all over the place. We have Donald Trump preaching for 30 years before he was ever in politics, talking about how corrupt our system is with China. China giving away the store to this formerly third world country, moving all of our manufacturing over there to save pennies on the dollar. Now it is hurting us in the socioeconomic perspective, but also national security. All of these senators, congressmen, everybody is on the take in Washington, D.C. The swamp is being drained. Thank goodness Trump is going to win re-election. He's going to be able to continue to expose all of those people. I'm talking about the rhinos as well. Lindsey Graham, single guy, head of the judiciary, has not done Trump any favors. Slow-walked all of these investigations. Now he's issuing subpoenas when it doesn't matter, too close to the election. Mitch McConnell, married to Elaine Chao, whose father is a huge, huge Chinese shipping magnate. Mitch McConnell hasn't done him any favors either. Whereas Trump has done him favors. They're together as a team because they want to get the judiciary, they want to get these judges. Mitch will accept the help of Trump, but will not help Trump in return. And not for a favor, not for an illegal favor, for justice, for fairness, equal standards, instead of this two-tier justice system where Hillary Clinton, same investigators, same lawyers, completely different protocols. When the stock market crashes, everybody thinks that Bitcoin is going to rally. Bitcoin has been sitting around 11,500, 11,600. The problem is that our computer technology is improving at such a rapid rate. Between quantum or artificial intelligence, it's going to cripple the algorithm, the long computer module that determines the security of cryptocurrency. Up until now, we haven't had the computer power that can take over the system. But in short order, the power of these artificial intelligence computers, which Google already has, a super computer that's 1,000 times more powerful than the most powerful on the outside or even in the military, they're going to be able to crack that code, that algorithm, and all of those crypto dollars are going to go poof. They're just going to evaporate. That is what it's all built on. The entire infrastructure is going to go away in a heartbeat. Everybody thinks that you cannot beat it. Guess what? It will be beaten in short order. Where can you put your money? For thousands of years, the one place you put your money is into gold and silver. For millennia, it has always maintained its value in times of crisis, and we are going to hit real crisis. After this election, you're seeing what's happening in Kenosha, Wisconsin. These organized Antifa and Black Lives Matter, Soros-backed, Soros-financed. These misfits are sociopaths. They're psychopaths. This is their excuse to go out and kill people, harm people, burn down businesses. They get off on this. They find this fun. It's not fun. They need to be stopped. Donald Trump, after the election, is going to put an end to it. Portland refuses to allow the federal law enforcement to go in. Trump has to wait for them to ask. But so far in Portland, they've been going on 93 days or so. Night after night, destruction, mayhem. But these Democrat leftist politicians are betting that Trump doesn't win. They're going to be in for a big surprise. Lori Lightfoot, the Chicago incompetent mayor, that Beetlejuice-looking little person, she's starting to come around. I think she sees the writing on the wall. When Trump wins, she's going to allow people to come in and help save her, maybe even get her reelected. Saw a picture of this cute little boy, 5-year-old Cannon Hinnant, who was murdered in cold blood for no reason by an angry black man, a psychopathic black man. And there was no media outrage. This little boy harmed nobody. He was riding his little bike around his neighborhood, and this man came out and just put a gun to his head and shot him. Have you heard about this on the news? No, you haven't. And if you had, it was maybe for a second, and then it went on. And yet, what do we do to these convicted felons that resist arrest from police, get shot, and now we make heroes out of them? The Great Reset is coming, folks. As always, keep your ears open, keep your eyes open, and don't be afraid to speak up. Never take the knee.